Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from iMumz.
Hi mommies, I'm sure you want to know the difference between first and second pregnancy. So many things are changing. Every child is different, likewise every pregnancy is different. I, Dr. Anita Chaudhary, will tell you what could be the possible differences between your first pregnancy and your second pregnancy. Sometimes some girls get so scared that first pregnancy they didn't have a very good experience. So second pregnancy also they might have the same thing. It doesn't remain the same. The situations might change. It could get comfortable, but sometimes you are already experienced, so you might have similar experiences once again. But the family has to be completed, so you don't have much choice in the second pregnancy. I know responsibilities are more because you already have your first child and expecting your second pregnancy, and again going through all those physical changes will definitely impact you. But what is important? It is important to be healthy and happy so that you complete your family. So there are a number of things that you will notice, and the differences in that will be noticed. I will talk about 10 differences today. The first one being fatigue. Fatigue is so common in any and every pregnancy, but in first pregnancy it is slightly less. Why? Because you are younger, you're more enthusiastic, and it is an unknown world, and so you're so excited, so the fatigue is slightly less. In the second pregnancy, you already have responsibility of your first baby, and now that you have settled in this family, more family responsibilities will come, you being there. So now you have your family responsibilities, your first baby's responsibilities, and the responsibility of your second pregnancy as well. So this is a time when you can't have everything your way. First pregnancy, you were tired, you could go and take naps. But second pregnancy, because you have your little one to take care, more responsibilities, so you can't go and take rest and naps whenever you want. You have to actually manage your time really well. So this could give you physical and mental fatigue. But I always say, just smile, be happy, and move forward. Every day things are changing and things will become better. The second one that I would want to talk about is your bum size. In the first pregnancy, when you see that round thing, you get so excited. But in the second pregnancy, you know it is going to come. In the first pregnancy, it appears a little late because your muscles are tense and taut and strong. In the second pregnancy, the baby bump appears a little earlier because your muscles had stretched in the first pregnancy, and if you're not exercised and taken proper care of your abdominal muscles, it will appear earlier. But if you've really done good strength training and taken care of your abdominal muscles, it might appear at the same time as your first pregnancy. Though the difference is not really much, it is just a difference of 1 or 2 weeks when it appears. And normally a baby bump appears only in the second trimester. Generally around 16th week, you can feel that little round thing, and you obviously feel happy. The third point is Braxton Hicks contractions. Braxton Hicks contractions are nothing but those contractions which happen in the uterus. They are a little uncomfortable. I will not say they are painful. In the first pregnancy, you don't know what they are, and you start panicking. Oh, these contractions are happening. Is it something really bad? But in the second trimester, these contractions become more prominent. And in the third trimester, they are stronger. And these are the contractions which convert into your labor pleasure. So first time, everything is new. But second pregnancy, you're already accustomed to these contractions and life becomes a little easier. But the contractions could be a little stronger in your second pregnancy. See, first pregnancy, unknown world. Everything was new, you knew absolutely nothing. So you were just walking very comfortably. But in the second pregnancy, you're mentally prepared for these things. So these are absolutely harmless contractions and they don't really give you pain. So that little discomfort is just okay. Now the fourth one that I would like to talk about is morning sickness. morning sickness could be such a draining feature for you. You get up in the morning, another day, another happy day. But what happens? You get up with so much of nausea and you go puking and it shakes your entire system. So what can you do? There are a number of things that you can take care. Your hydration is very, very important. Normally this nausea and vomiting settles by the second trimester, the beginning of second trimester, by 14 to 16 weeks. But the unlucky ones might continue even till 9 months. In the second pregnancy, it is not necessary that you have had these symptoms earlier. So this time again you might have. But yes, in my own personal experience, I've noticed that girls who have had morning sickness in previous pregnancies do have that tendency, and it generally recurs in the second pregnancy as well. And I have noticed hyperemesis gravidarum more commonly in the second pregnancy. That is my own very personal experience. So what is hyperemesis gravidarum? You have more nausea, more vomiting. See, first pregnancy, I always say unknown world, that excitement and all is there. In the second pregnancy, you have to manage your child also in the morning. Then you have to manage your morning sickness, and the other household duties also have to be taken care of. So second pregnancy, morning sickness does become a little bit of a challenge. But it's just a challenge, it's not a problem. See, if you have nausea and vomiting, your baby is growing fine. So that is one positive aspect. The hormones are working, so it indicates your baby is nice and healthy. I know you are uncomfortable, you have that discomfort, you just don't like that phase, but there's no way to avoid that. Yeah, there are a few things that you can do to reduce this, but you can't eliminate it completely. Now, the next one, the fifth one, is complications. In the first pregnancy, if you have had complications like a preterm labor, maybe eclampsia or preeclampsia, diabetes, gestational diabetes, so these things have very high chances of repeating in the subsequent pregnancies, whether it's your second pregnancy or the subsequent pregnancies. So we have to be on high alert for these complications. There's nothing as such that you can prevent it or avoid it. But yes, by awareness, those things can be diagnosed and certain things can be done to actually reduce the side effects of these things just by simple knowledge and awareness. Complications can happen to anyone. So if you're one of those who had those things, don't get into the panic mode, because stress really impacts our baby. I feel that is the biggest complication that a mother can give to her own self and her child. See, stress is like toxin, it's like poison, and it is a slow poison. So if you're stressed and if you get into that habit of being stressed, oh my God, I have this, so what will happen to my baby? And in the next pregnancy, you're paranoid about that. Last time I had this, now I'm going to again have that. So that stress could be very, very harmful for your baby, because those hormones are directly impacting your baby. So don't create these complications on your own. There are certain complications which we can't avoid, but stress is one thing which can be avoided just by simple things. Keep yourself busy, do some hobbies, and don't do too much of Google, and don't do overthinking that this is what had happened and this time also the same thing will be repeated. So just awareness will keep you happy and strong to move ahead. Sixth is symptoms. First pregnancy, everything was new. You knew absolutely nothing. You were just unaware. Every day was a surprise day for you. But in your second pregnancy, you know about the symptoms. In case if you have giddiness, you know what it could be. If you have nausea, you know what is impending. In case if you have those palpitations or hot flushes, you know what is coming. So in the first pregnancy and second pregnancy, the symptoms are almost the same, but in the second one, you're more aware because you've already had your experience in the first pregnancy. Now the seventh one, mood swings. Your mood could actually make you or break you. Not just you, the entire family. Mood swings are bound to happen. First pregnancy, the excitement is more. So small little things, you just kind of ignore. But in the second pregnancy, the mood swings are like this, up and down. Why? More responsibility of yourself, your family, your husband, and your little first baby. So these mood swings you'll have to control. There are so many ways of controlling. In your first pregnancy, you had that excitement. Bring back that excitement. And simple meditation, spending a lot of time with your little one. See, your baby is your stress buster. Just sit and spend time with your baby and you will get into the same enthusiasm and same happiness mode. So it is very, very important for you to control your emotions. I understand. Sometimes you might feel so lonely, so depressed and so fatigued. But is there a way out? And only you have the way out. So what is important is keep your emotions under control. Sometimes you talk so much and our words could actually kill people. And these words, before affecting anybody else, they are affecting me, my little one, my first baby, and my baby inside. So be very careful about what you're talking when your mood is not very good. It is easy to shift, and the easiest way to shift is go back and play with your first baby. In the first pregnancy, you can follow your hobbies to keep yourself busy. I don't want you to overthink or get depressed at all, because this stress again will impact your baby. The 8th one, body pain and body aches. It is so common. All the patients that I see in 9 months do come up with pains here and there. Pain in the first trimester is very mild, but second trimester, it's a honeymoon period. In the third trimester, these pains become more prominent. You might have backache. While walking, you might have backache when you're sleeping and turning sides. Then towards the end, when your baby is coming down in the pelvis, you might have discomfort in your lower abdomen, in your lower back. These are very normal things to happen. In the first pregnancy, because your muscles are nice and tense, all this pain is much less. In the second pregnancy, if you have not exercised, if you're not taken care of your body, of your muscle strength, then this pain that you feel could be a little more. And in the second pregnancy, you don't get enough time to rest. So that is also another reason which can cause back pain and body aches. What is important is, if you have these aches and pains, yoga will really help. Walking will really help. And imagine, if you are healthy, if you are happy, only then you will have a healthy, happy baby. So don't get into the mode of complaining, I have pain here, I have pain here. So go slow and take one day at a time. And exercise is something that will increase your happiness hormone, it will increase your serotonin levels, and it will keep you away from all these small little aches and pains. Now, number 9, labor. This is the day that we all were waiting for. I don't call it labor pain, I call it labor pleasure. In the first pregnancy, the labor is a little longer. In the second pregnancy, the labor duration becomes slightly less. In the first one, it can last up to 18 hours. In the second pregnancy, up to 12 hours. But the contractions in the second pregnancy are stronger as compared to the first pregnancy. See, first pregnancy, everything is so tight, so the space is made and the baby comes out. That is why it takes a little more time. In the second pregnancy, because our body has gone through that, so the body also knows what to do. So the muscles relax, our pelvis will open up. So going through the same procedure becomes very, very easy. But if you've had a section, it is practically the same kind of experience that you go through in the first and the second section. What is important when the baby is being born? It is important for you to be happy and bless your baby. Imagine it's like God coming home. When your baby is coming home, the atmosphere in the labor room should be very nice and very happy. And if you are screaming, oh ma, oh ah, oh, if you're doing that, I'm sure the baby will not be very comfortable. So during labor, when the baby is about to come, that is the time when you can do some mantra chanting, and remember to bless your baby, because those words are going to impact your baby for a lifetime. So your happiness in the labor room will play a very important role in the happiness of your baby. And when you hold your baby for the first time, it will give you such immense happiness. Be prepared for that. And the last and the most important one is postpartum recovery. You were waiting for your baby, and now that the baby has arrived, all the possible challenges will start. I always say everything that you had prepared was your syllabus. Now your baby doesn't know your syllabus. It doesn't know the course. So everything that will happen now is like out of syllabus. No baby is picture perfect. Whatever you see in the movies, whatever you see in the pictures, your baby is not going to be like that. The first baby, second baby doesn't really matter. First baby, because it's your first baby, just one to manage, it is easier. In the second one, you already have your first baby, demanding. And the second baby is also small and it needs you. So there is a challenge between the two. The elder one might become a little jealous, might become insecure. So it is very, very important for you to take care of the emotions of your first baby and the second baby also. So your responsibility increases more in the second one. So postpartum recovery can be more challenging in the second one, when you might go in depression because you're sleep deprived, managing everything. And remember, moms, no mom can be perfect. So don't strive to be perfect. Instead, try to be happy with whatever you have. There could be so many things that you want to do. Everything cannot be done by just one person in one day. Keep your priorities right. First is you and your baby, and then comes your family. And if your towel is lying somewhere, it is all right. You can pick it up and keep it after half an hour. Does it really matter? But you can't get stressed because of one object that needs to go in place. So please take care of your health, because your health is so important for you, for your baby, and the next generation. Having a nice, healthy, happy baby is not just for you, it is for the entire world. So the gift that you are giving to the world will impact the whole world. So how does it start? It starts from you being happy and healthy. So keep smiling, take care, and have fun. Thank you and namaste.